It was my privilege, absolute privilege, to be a regional organiser for Unison for 5 years and to lead on higher education and further education in my region. Over £1 billion worth of investment came from the European Union to British universities in 2013 alone. We need to stay in the EU to protect jobs. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jude Kirton-Darling, Labour MEP for the North East of England and a very proud Unison-sponsored MEP. I'm Labour's spokesperson on international trade and on TTIP. We're fighting for a TTIP agreement which excludes public services, which excludes investor-state dispute settlement, which raises and doesn't reduce our standards. That's what we're fighting for in the European Union. If we leave the European Union, then we'll have no say on our trade agreements, and that's anti-democratic. So please vote to stay in so that we can continue to influence the direction of trade policy.
The fight against privatisation is a European fight. Labour MEPs have fought for EU public procurement rules and fought to exempt the NHS from the EU internal market and from TTIP. 500,000 Unison members have their public services which they provide protected, safeguards which David Cameron would negotiate away if Britain left the European Union. Just like he would tear up EU workplace rights, including the landmark European decision to include travelling time as working time, to help our hard-pressed members in social care. And we've campaigned with Unison's Disabled Members Group to win EU access and non-discrimination rights. Now Labour asks Unison members to campaign with us for Britain to remain in the European Union, a social Europe in which jobs and services come first.
Hello, I'm Mary Honeyball. I'm Labour MEP for London, a Unison member. I've been in Unison for over 30 years, before that in UP. And one of the reasons that I got involved in politics is because I very much believe in equal rights for women, and the EU has done an awful lot for women. Equal pay was in the original Treaty of Rome in 1957, and since then we've introduced an Equal Treatment Directive which outlaws discrimination against women. We've introduced maternity pay, maternity rights, and we're also doing a lot about violence against women, and the EU does actually fund programmes against violence against women. All these are reasons why I'm here and why you, Unison members across the country, really should vote for Britain to stay in the European Union.
I'm Linda McAvan, MEP for Yorkshire and the Humber, and I've been a Unison member for over 25 years. Many Unison members campaign around global justice and fair trade, and I'm currently the chair of the Committee on International Development in the European Parliament. I want us to stay in the European Union because the EU is the world's biggest aid donor, and it's only by working together that we can tackle the big problems that we're facing in terms of poverty, climate change. We need to work together. We need to stay inside the European Union.
I'm Claude Moraes. I'm a Labour MEP for London, but most importantly I'm a proud Unison member. I'm spokesperson in this Parliament for civil liberties, justice and home affairs, but for many years I was the employment link for the Labour MEPs here. And in the EU we've achieved a number of hard-won employment and social rights, from maternity and paternity leave, entitlement to at least 4 weeks paid leave to laws on agency workers. And it's been the progressives and the trade unionists here in the EU that have delivered on key legislation to protect temporary and other workers. So Labour MEPs will continue to put the social and progressive case for the UK remaining in the EU, and we're committed to fighting for a better and progressive trade union case after winning that referendum. Thanks for listening to this. Trade unionists need to be in the European Union.